Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc Fresh Out. You're tuned into another episode of Prison Talk. I'm here with Bounce Back B, kicking some game, sharing some prison stories and knowledge for you guys. Hopefully you guys have subscribed to the channel. If not, subscribe, quit being a weenie. Anyways, Bounce Back B, man. I always get the question asked, Big Herc, did you bust some cheeks in prison? And when people like cheeks, they, some guys are on some old homosexual shit, but when we used to say bust cheeks, like we see a female staff member, you're like, man, I'll bust her motherfucking cheeks, man. That was a big thing. You're like, oh man, there she go. And then I'll bust her shit, So how prevalent is it that you've run across guards, female staff members hooking up with male inmates? I mean, I know I've heard of spots where, there's female guards actually slanging coochie.
Yeah, so again, in my time of 11 years in prison, I traveled from one end of the state to the other and everywhere in between. I went to a lot of places. Every camp that I've been to, period, every single camp, there's been a chick giving it up. Every single camp. There's not one, and it wasn't rumors. It's real deal. Every single camp. However, here's the issue. When no matter what you're doing, if you're walking to the bathroom to take a piss, if you're going to get in, it doesn't matter where you're at, where you're going, what you're doing. Somebody's watching you. Mm-hmm. People are nosy. People are always watching you. And they're also, if there's a female on the compound, they're always watching her. If there's a female on the compound, there's 1,000 eyes on her all the time. So anytime there's interaction between her and another guy, people are watching that. So even though it happens, the problem is people are watching it, and now people are hating. People are telling. That's a big issue. You're not supposed to tell on shit in prison, but people do the sly telling. They slide a kite. Mm-hmm. They write a little kite. Hey,
dry snitch.
Dry snitching, yeah, exactly. And that is extremely prevalent in Florida. Dudes are dry snitching. They drop a kite in a box. They slide a kite to the officer. So it happens at every single camp. I know for sure it happens. And it's not like it's happening all day where everybody's running around hooking up with chicks. Mm-hmm. It's not that situation. It's where like there might be one or two dudes on the compound that just so happen to be able to slay something. Mm-hmm. But it's not happening with everybody that comes through.
It's mainly the dudes who got a little game of mouthpiece and they done worked a little something.
If you can talk and you're persistent, that should go a long ways. But I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 guys that I know have hooked up with chicks, it's because they talk. It's because they say a hungry if you don't open your mouth, you'll never get fed, right? So if you don't speak, you'll never get what the hell you want. And guys are in prison. They're taken away from everything they know, love, and want. Affection. Mm-hmm. Well, damn, every guy wants affection. Every person wants affection, right? So now they're putting this position where they're away from everything. So here comes a female, right? So the guys that speak up and the ones that just keep chipping away. Now, there's some when they try to speak up and chip away, they take their ass straight to confinement. Mm-hmm. She ain't playing that.
Yeah, she ain't with it.
She ain't with it. But there's a way to determine that. If you shoot a couple little sly shots at them, and they don't immediately hit the button on you, they don't immediately get you jumped on, get you beat up, they don't immediately get you cuffed up and go to confinement. All right, now you can push it a little bit further. Mm-hmm. That's what guys do. They just push the button. Nothing happened. You push it again. You know what I mean? You give somebody an inch, they try to take a mile. And that's where guys, that's how they do it. They just try to work their way in there. And then the other thing you got to keep in mind is like in Florida, that's the only prison system I was in, but the vast majority of females that work there, they're backwood country women. A lot of them are overweight. A lot of them have low self-esteem. So now you have this man coming in here telling her everything under the sun to make her feel better. Yeah. And you got guys sitting around that don't have to worry about paying the light bill or paying gas or paying rent. They're just thinking all day. Prison's not just full of dummies and idiots and just retards and just bad. There's people in there that think. And there's people in there that know how to use their mind and use their mind to create these words that make people feel good, right? Mm-hmm. You got people that are like just really talented with making people feel good with their words. So that's just a big part of it, really, is talking and chipping away and just trying it and trying it.
And the people always ask me, like, so how do you able to do that? And I told people there's like little windows. It might be a movement, and you might only have 5 or 10 minutes, but you can bust a nut quick.
Oh, no doubt, for sure. Obviously, when you're in prison, you're not getting it all the time.
Yeah.
You'd be like a little wild rabbit over here. Yeah, you're going to town, right? So it's what it is. It's always during the movement a lot of times. It's during chow time.
Exactly, and that's that shuffle movement where everybody's
going to chow.
Yeah, but then you stay hang
that's still
back.
a problem, because look, all this we're talking about, I've had this experience personally, and that was my thing. I would always hang back from chow. But as soon as guys started to recognize, I see other dudes trying to hang back from chow,
like,
watching what I'm doing. I'm like, man, peel off. But I can't go do nothing. If I go do nothing, it's something. If I go crash buddy over this, I'm just going. Now I lost everything. I lost this affection that I'm enjoying. I lost everything that she's bringing me. I just lost everything. So it's like, damn, it's like a thing that you have to balance. You keep dealing with this.
That's a hell of a situation, man. Like you said, you got 1,000 other men they're watching you, trying to see what you're doing, and then when you get in the way, then it's trying to get into your play.
Everybody wants to get that guy. Everybody wants to get that guy out of place, so they can get in his place, so they can maneuver to get in his place, right? It's a dirty game. That's how guys play, and it works because you'll have a guy that's got a chick that's got, she's doing whatever for him, right? And then somebody will make a move to get him out, ride a kite on him, set him up, put a shank in his shit, and his property. There's just various things that they could do. So they get buddy out of place, and then you'll see another dude move right into that place. Because again, she's just looking for that, what she's not getting at home or on the streets.
So a lot of these female staff that are hooking up with inmates, it ain't like the inmates are paying them for the sex. They doing it because they want to do it.
Yeah, for sure. It's more of the affection thing, the guy telling them things that makes them feel good, that boosts their morale up, that builds them up, lifts them up, more so than paying. There's situations where they pay. I mean, I've been in a camp where this lady, she was giving blowjobs for Xanax, but only to Spanish guys. She wasn't.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It wasn't going down with nobody else. Only the Spanish guys.
So they was having their way then up there. They was doing good.
Yeah, they were having a field day.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't get your dog slap me in there. They're like, no, she ain't going for it. She ain't going for it. But I know for sure, like in my situation, the lady that helped me escape, once it moved to it, the day that it moved from just bringing me things, bringing me desserts, bringing me food, she hooked my ass with this dessert one night. So she brought me this cake. It was called a Butterfinger cake. She made a homemade cake. She brings it to me. I'm in the back room eating it in the laundry room by the staff bathroom. I'm eating it. This shit is delicious, right? I get done with it and give her the bowl, and she's in the staff bathroom washing the bowl out. And she's like, you can come in here. I'm like, nah, no, I'm not coming in there. You got me fucked up. I'm going to come in this staff bathroom with a female officer at Lake Butler. No, you hit the panic button on me. I'm dead. I'm not coming in there. You're not fixing to trap me up in there. I was like, no. She was like, it's all right, come on. So I slid off in there. And that was the beginning of like any intimacy that her and I had. All I did was like kiss on her and touch on her and shit that time. But then it progressed from there. It got crazy after that. So on one particular time, I had my bunkie. He's supposed to be posted up outside the dorm. Watch him, if anybody comes, he comes by and kicks the door.
Yeah.
We're in the staff bathroom doing our thing. She's giving me a blowjob. So I had heard about this shit. I don't remember where I heard about it, but I was like, I'm going to try it, right? It's called a white dragon. so she's giving me a blowjob, right? And right when you get off, when you're nut, I tickled her, right? And she was just like, the shit was all over her face, coming out of her nose, everything. It was bad. It was just a mess. I can't do nothing but laugh. I was like, oh no. That shit was hilarious.
Oh,
man.
shit. Hey, man.
It was crazy.
Bounce Back B was the man up in there, man. Hey, Big Herc Prison Talk.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.